Hello, everyone. Welcome to Kiki and Kibitz. It's me, Mary, and I am here with my Monday Night Madness. This crazy, silly show that we all watch, 90 Day Fiancé, B90. It is episode 15 in season 7, The Call of the Wild. We are almost at the end of the tunnel. Not quite, okay? We're about halfway through the season, I would say, because an average season of 90 Day has what? 22, 23 episodes. My headphones are all tangled. 22, 23 episodes, while they're then a 2, 3 part tell all. I mean, as we've seen in the last season of Happily Ever After, we had a fucking 5 part tell all. But yes, so we're on episode 15, a little more than a halfway through the season, and it's torture. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie. I keep falling asleep during the episodes. I get easily distracted. I mean, so easily distracted. I'm like a 5-year-old child while I'm watching 90 Day, and mm, let me light up, get myself comfortable because I actually just walked in the door about 20 minutes ago. My husband took me out for a ride in our son's car just to make sure everything's okay. My son was involved in a minor accident in a car that was given to him by a family member about a week ago, but we fixed everything that's wrong with it, and my husband's just driving the car around to make sure everything is copacetic with it. And then my son will take it back when he goes back to school in January. So that's where we are right now. Oh, yes, I'm wearing another set of holiday PJs. These are Old Navy PJs that my mother-in-law gave me last year. So I've realized quite a few sets of holiday pajamas. So I'm just gonna wear them for my recaps. And I saw a comment that I should cover Last Resort. I am covering Last Resort. Sorry guys. I did episode 1, and I'm going to try to stick with doing them live every Thursday night, like around 7:30, 8ish. Honestly, so far, Last Resort, and I hope they keep up the entertainment value of it. You guys know that the therapy value of it is bullshit, but the entertainment value, I give it like a B plus, A minus so far. And Florian is MVP. I don't want to hear what anyone has to say. Florian is MVP of Last Resort so far, especially this past episode. I'm going to get into it all on Thursday. Okay, so Thursday night, be sure to join me for my Last Resort recaps. Okay, and yeah, Florian is tickling my fetish for him. Okay, the first episode he had me cracking up. The second episode, forget it. And then they're doing like this between the sheets thingy, which is like a pillow talk afterwards. So I'm gonna try to cover that too. I didn't cover it in the first episode, but I'm gonna try to cover that too. But definitely I will be covering Last Resort. So yeah, uh, hard time watching B90. Okay, easily distracted, but hey, I'm here to take one for the team. I know a lot of you guys have bailed out by now. I know a lot of you guys don't even watch 90 Day Fiancé anymore. So thank you so much for watching my recaps, and I am here to take one for the team every time. So let's hop right into this. We're gonna start off with Vanja. Vanja, who has been rejected by a guy named Bozo. Okay, so I know it's not Bozo and whatever, but she's rejected by a guy whose nickname is Bozo. Let's put it this way. So she decides that she's going to listen to her cousin Sanella and go on the dating apps. So first she goes out on a date with this dude. They go to like a sip and paint thing, or what was this dude? Okay, this dude was Jura. And so she and Jura go out on a sip and paint date, and she tells Jura that she's a very affectionate type person. She likes, the holding hands, the hugs, and the kisses and all that. And Jera's looking at her like, now this is when you know it's scripted, okay? Because I mean, if some chick is telling you I like to hug, kiss, hold hands, that all leads to sex, doesn't it? I mean, all of that eventually leads to sex. Jera's like, oh, I don't know. That all comes in time. And then he's like, I'll text you. I'll text you. So, okay. So, Jura wasn't a love match. But now we have Josko. Josko, the Croatian version of Vin Diesel. Okay. So, they're going on a kayaking date. Vanja has tons of bathing suits options. Tons, tons, tons. So she gets there and Vanj and Josko smells delicious. He looks better than he does in the pictures. Manja's like having a hot flash. She's like, oh my goodness. Okay. So they get to the beach and they're gonna do their little, kayaking moment. But to go kayaking, you have to strip. And let me tell you, Manja really likes what she sees. Okay. She's like, he is built well. He got that perfect bubble butt. And the thing about European men, they're not shy to wear Speedos. So you get to see it all, front and back. And she's like, yeah, okay, girl. You know you were peeping that, okay? Front and back. So they get on the kayaks, they're having a fucking ball. She's like, you got me wet. Yeah, uh-huh. Okay, Vanja, a little sexual innuendo there. And then the cameraman had to zoom in on Jasko's hard on. Thank you so much, Mr. Cameraman. I really needed to see that. And then she helps him get undressed, and he's talking about shrinkage. And she is just, having a jolly old good time. And she's looking at him thinking, Bozo who? Bozo who? You mean that dumb, unemployed dude that still lives with his mom? Oh, yeah, him. What about him? So they're kissing. Josko is into Vanja. Josko thinks Vanja is very sexy. So they're like kissing all over Croatia. And Josko's like, I'm surprised that she invited me upstairs. So they order some food. He's gonna be a vegan for her for the night, okay? Even though he needs his protein for his muscles, but he's willing to compromise and be vegan for the night. And Vanja explains the story on why she's in Croatia. She came here to meet a dude who decided that, he just wanted to be friends when she got there. And he was like, oh, that's kind of weird. So he's just like staring at her. He's just like staring into her eyes, just like enjoying the moment. And she's like, oh my God, you're looking at me. What? So he goes, they're like kissing. They're kissing everywhere. Okay. And she's like, I can't believe I'm so comfortable with this guy, that this guy got me to the point that I could feel this comfortable with him. So she asks him about his job, and guess what? Unlike Bozo, he has one. And now he's working remotely because guess what? He is a foster dad. He is a foster dad to a 1-year-old son named Lucas, and he's in the process of adopting him. So he said a couple of years ago, he started getting the fatherly feelings that he wanted to become a father. Surrogacy is illegal in Croatia. So he decided that fostering and adopting is the best way to go. So he says, about 90% of the women get scared off immediately when he tells them that he's a single dad. So, he's really looking for a woman not only to accept him, but to accept his child as well. Now, Vanja's just like over the moon on another planet. I mean, not only does this guy have muscles, He's good looking. He's willing to be vegan for the night, but he's a dad. She's already planning to be stepmother already. But, her concern is, how are they going to work out long distance? How is he going to be able to come see her, especially since he's a single father, etc., etc. So it's like, okay, Vanja, I'm happy that you're happy, but please let's not count the chickens before they hatch. That's all I got to say. Okay. So, and as a matter of fact, I agree with Stephanie. Vanja just needs to enjoy and live life in the moment. Have your little fling, get your back thrown out, but just go home. Enjoy yourself and just go home. Okay. So I agree with you, Stephanie, on that. So now moving on, we have Veah and Sunny. She gets to see monkeys in person. She's like, wow, look, there's monkeys there. Okay, it's the day after the big blowout where Sunny was like, you are choosing between me and Rory and make your choice right here, right now. And she was like, I don't want to. I don't want to. And then she finally did, and she chose Sunny and walked away with him. Well, it's the morning after, and she's not happy. She's feeling really down and out because Sunny made her choose between him and her best friend. And he's like, the problem is when it comes to Rory, I just get so extremely jealous. I don't know what the fuck to do with myself. Okay. And I understand that Rory wants to keep you safe. I want to keep you safe. But looking at him, I just can't help it with the jealousy. Okay. And Veya's like, I just don't think it's fair that you made me choose between you and Rory. I don't want to. I want you as my boyfriend and Rory as my friend. And Sonny at this point is like, that's fine, but leave Rory back in the United States. Like, why did you have to bring him with me and you didn't tell me? Okay. I think if Veya would have told him before she got there, like while she was planning her trip, and explained it to him, yes, he would have been annoyed. Yes, maybe he would have told her, fuck that, don't come. But I believe that he would have let him marinated and eventually gone back to her and say, okay, Veya, if this is how you truly feel, you and Rory are only friends. There's nothing romantic between you. You want to bring him as your, security blanket, as your fucking, plushy toy so you can travel, as your stuffy. That was the word I was looking for. If you need Rory as your stuffy, go ahead, bring him. I truly believe if she was honest and laid it all out on the table, it would have worked in her favor. But now it's the morning after the big blowout. She's trying to tell Sunny about, that she feels down and out having to make a choice. And he's trying to explain to her, listen, how do you think I felt? So Veya finally agrees. She's going to text Rory, tell him to go home. Sunny is like, I want to hang out with Rory before he leaves. I don't like the way I talk to him. I owe him an apology, blah, blah, blah. So now, in an ultimate shade move on the behalf of 90 Day Producers, and let me tell you, I cracked the fuck up when I saw this. We have Sunny, Veya, and Rory in a fucking throuple here. I was dying. I was like, fucking, they are so shady. Okay. So they meet up to go on a safari. And Veya's just like looking from like, you hear crickets. Okay. Absolute crickets. And then Sunny's like, how are you? Did you book your flight ticket? Don't worry, I'm flying out tomorrow. Oh, I'm glad to hear that. Okay. So Rory said when Veya invited him on the safari, no, he didn't think it was weird. I mean, it's something like Veya would invite him to. He figures that they, need to get all of the tension taken care of and talk things out and shit, considering how things wound up the night before. So, it wasn't a surprise. Guys, I'm just gonna untangle my headphones because it's annoying the shit out of me. There we go. Much better. And I apologize if you hear my husband's big mouth in the background, but that's another story. So anyway, Rory was not surprised. He says as long as Sonny's not an asshole to him, we're all good. Okay, he's happy to be on the safari. I mean, it's going to be his last day before he leaves. So what is this going on here? I just want to see in my comments. Okay, so anyway, we have animals, huge animals that Veah, Rory, Sunny are in awe of. I mean, the ostrich, the wildebeest, the giraffe, and the zebra. And there is nothing like zebra dick to break the ice and bring people together. Okay? Because when that zebra whipped it out and started waving it at these three, they started cracking the fuck up. Okay? They were cracking up so hard. I mean, they couldn't stop laughing. Rory's like, look, hung like a zebra. Sunny's like, it's like a horse pipe. They're just cracking the fuck up. Okay? And hey, nothing like zebra dick to break the ice. That's all I have to say. Why the fuck not? So anyway, according to Veah, Sunny doesn't have to worry about having competition with the zebra in that department. Sunny turns 15 different shades of red. I am cracking the fuck up. Okay. I'm like, okay. I'm like, this is like a typical 90-day goofy 90-day fiance moment. I like these goofy 90-day fiance moments. Then Veah yells out, can we pull to the side of the road so I can pee? I'm like, oh my goodness. What is it with peeing on the side of the road? Last resort, we had Jasmine and Natalie peeing on the side of the road. But that's going to be in my recap on Thursday. So just a little preview, okay? Natalie and Jasmine peeing on the side of the road. So Veah hops out, bangs her head on the top of the safari car, and she goes to pee behind a bush. So Sunny takes this opportunity to apologize to Rory. He's like, I really don't have anything against you, okay? It's just my jealousy. Martha, if I could pass my blunt to you, I would. Here, Martha, I really wish I could. So, anyway, I'm getting distracted by the chat. So, excuse my stay DHD moment. So, Sonny's like, I don't have anything wrong with you. Okay, I have nothing against you. I'm a fucking jealous idiot. I should have never spoke to you the way I did. So he basically apologizes to Rory. He's like, in my religion, I believe if I hurt you, I ask for your forgiveness. I know I have all these issues. I know, I could be a fucking jealous idiot, jealous for no reason, but I just want to apologize the way I spoke to you. And, I want to ask for your forgiveness. So basically, Rory's like, I give him kudos for apologizing. That was very manly of him, apologizing and acknowledging that he was wrong. And Veah gets back in the little safari car. She's like, is everything okay? And Rory's like, yeah, everything's good. We're good. And Veah's like, thank you, honey. Okay. So now look at these fucking waterfalls and these views. South Africa is fucking beautiful. So this is where Sunny realizes that maybe it's good to have Rory around. Maybe it's good to have, this third party that knows Veah so well, because then he could check her and put her in her place when Sunny can't. Okay, and Sunny starts to learn this lesson during the scene. So Rory asks, have you guys gone to meet Sunny's parents yet? And Veah responds, no, because he's hiding me. He's embarrassed of me. And Sunny's like, no, I'm just asking you to cover up your tattoos when you go see my parents, because my parents are really traditional Muslims, and I'm just asking you to cover up your tattoos. And Rory's like, I don't think that's too much to ask for, V. You know, um, it's his traditional religion, it's his culture. You're going to meet his parents. Like, I don't personally think it's too much to ask for. Sonny's like, you're being a selfish. Veah's like, no, I don't think I'm being selfish. So Rory's take on the whole thing. Listen, I'm happy it's him and not me dealing with her. She could be a very stubborn person. Okay. Sonny's gonna have a fight. So anyway, Sonny's like, I do everything that you want me to. I listen to everything that you say. Like, look, I'm here hanging out with Rory, even though I want him to get on the damn plane and go home. He didn't say that, but you know what I mean. He wanted to say that. So Veah's like, okay, if I have to cover up my tattoos when I meet your dad, then I guess I will. So Sonny's like, I really want to take her to meet my dad to show her how serious I am about this relationship, but I'm scared because I'm really afraid my dad's not going to accept her because Veah's not Muslim. And that's just bottom line, period. He's going to reject her off the bat. Sonny's fearing because Veah's not Muslim. And we know that is probably 95% is going to happen. That the dad's going to ask her, are you Muslim? No. No, I don't approve of this. Just saying. So, anyway, moving on. Hi, Niles. Niles and Matilda. Okay, so Niles told Matilda last week that he doesn't have any money because he doesn't have a job. Okay, that job that allowed him to film before he left fired him, apparently. So she borrowed a little bit of money from her brother, and that's going to cover the cost of his wedding clothes. Her wedding clothes, the seamstress is closed at the moment, and she's going to pick it up in the morning. And he hopes that Mr. Ark is going to loan him the money to cover the rest of the wedding costs, because if he doesn't, Niles is fucked. Okay, he has no other resources to get money from. He needs a lot more money to cover a lot more expenses. So hopefully, knock on wood, Mr. Ark will lend him the money for the rest of his wedding. Okay, so on top of the added pressure of hoping Mr. Ark is going to loan him money, there's a very important phone call that he needs to make. So he calls his parents and he's like, hello, mother. Hello, father. I just wanted to let you know I'm doing the knock door. I'm doing the knock door ceremony tomorrow. So, and then after the knock door ceremony, I'm getting married. And immediately, you hear, like, you don't even have to hear what his father was saying. You just heard and it didn't sound very positive. Okay. So Niles is trying to explain that Matilda is his dream woman. He loves her. Oh my God. He loves her. And if he could design a woman for him, it would be Matilda. Okay. And by the way, mother and father, okay, what do you mean you think I'm not rational? What am I saying that is not rational? Like, what, how am I not rational? I've known her for 2 years. What should I do? Give it 20 years, 30 years, 50 years? Like, father, I want to marry her and I love her. And, the least you guys can do is have a conversation with her. And his parents are like, no. They refuse to talk to Matilda. They think she's a scammer. They think that she's just another African scammer using their son for a green card, and they don't even have any interest in talking to her, which is kind of sad. Which is kind of sad. Angel Light, no, as a matter of fact, I do not know anything about Niles' parents, but I will put that on my list to do research. So, and I'll get back to you guys if I do come up with anything. I do have the info from his LinkedIn, which I'm going to get into later on the T portion of this recap. So yeah, I changed my format a little bit. I'm going to do the recap first, and then there's going to be a little T portion afterwards. So Niles' parents not having it, against totally against this. Okay, so Niles hangs up. He's like, I love you guys. Thank you, but no thanks. And the producer's like, are you okay, Niles? And he's like, no. As a matter of fact, I'm not fucking okay. None of this is fucking okay. Koala Squadron, thank you so much for the super thanks. Okay, yes, Niles will be waltzing Matilda in no time. Definitely. They are going to have their wedding. Fingers crossed. But it's really sad how, his parents just can't give him any words of support, encouragement, or anything. They totally fucking shot him down. It's like, ugh. So, like Niles said, you don't even have to mean it. Okay. It's just the 6 words. I am proud of you, son. That's all he wants is those 6 words. And they couldn't even come up with that. I'm like, geez. Thank you, everybody, for the compliments on my improved video quality and my audio quality. I got my little adapter thingy I needed today from Amazon, so I was able to plug in my fancy schmancy mic and my ring light. So thank you so much. I'm using the built-in MacBook camera, and yeah, the video is fucking amazing. I love my new toy. So anyway, Niles is just, he's sad. He's sad, and he's just like, my parents just don't accept us. They're not happy about what we're doing. And yeah, that's what I'm dealing with right now. So Matilda's like, but how am I going to live in your country? Your parents don't support me. Your parents think I'm a scammer. She's like, I'm worried. I'm going to be there all by myself. I'm not going to have my mother or my sister. And, you're going to be busy. I'm not going to be able to be with you 24/7, So Niles is like, I know that you're nervous, and I don't blame you, but we have each other, and that's great in theory, honestly, and you guys know that they will have each other. But if Niles' parents never want to accept and support this relationship, Matilda will be very lonely in the US. Okay, she won't have a support system, and that in turn will affect her marriage with Niles, and we don't want that. Okay, we want Matilda to be welcomed with open arms in the States, which is going to be a strange land to her. Have Niles' family accept her, maybe, introduce her to other people, take her around, show her, because like she said, there's times that Niles will be busy. Niles has to work. Okay, he has to work, even though he's unemployed right now. That's another story, but he has to work. So, at least Matilda's reasonable with that and realizes that Niles is not going to be up her ass 24/7 when she's in the States. So I just feel bad all around. I feel bad for Niles, whose parents won't, give him support and think that he's acting crazy, irrational, whatever they think. And I feel bad for Matilda because she loves this man fiercely, and it must be a knife to the heart not being accepted by his family. So, yeah, that kind of sucks all around. And you know what else sucks all around? How Faith so easily forgives Loren. Okay, and I just want to give her a big dose of self esteem for Christmas. She is so beautiful. She is so nice. She has a great support group of friends. She has a great job. She lives in the hotel for free. I mean, she lives in Manila for free. She's a fucking catch. And she's like willing to put herself at risk for STDs for this douche. That's all I have to say. So for Christmas, I want to give Faith a big package of self esteem, okay? Because it's obvious she has fucking none because, like she said, he betrayed her again, okay? And how does he win her back? By getting her a coconut drink. He comes back to the hotel with 2 coconuts, okay? Faith is talking to her coworker, and he's like, "Hi, do you want to go somewhere to talk besides this hallway?" Faith is like, "Sure, let's go upstairs to the roof. It's a beautiful view up there, whatever." So he's like, "You know, I've been thinking about this whole flirting situation. And I don't think I was flirting with anybody." Okay. And she was like, "Well, that was what my friend said. My friend said you were flirting with a drag queen outside." And he's like, "Hold on. Outside or inside?" And Faith is like, "Outside." And he's like, "Oh, okay. Wait a minute." He's like, "No, no, 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 no. I wasn't flirting with any drag queen. It was those kids." "No, Faith, you're so silly. I wasn't flirting with a drag queen. It was those kids outside the bar." And Faith is like, "What? Hold up. What do you mean?" "Oh, no. When I walked outside the bar, there was a group of kids outside. And one of them walked up to me and said, 'My friend thinks you're cute.' So I decided to walk over to the friend, which was a girl in a striped dress that was gray. Okay. And I said to her, 'Sure, you're too young for me. I am here for my beautiful girlfriend, and my number is 765-309. Okay, 765-8309. That's my phone number.' Anyway, no, no. And he said he touched the girl right here. Okay, touched her right here and said, 'I am here for my beautiful girlfriend. But my IG is Loren Allen. Hit me up.' So Faith is like, no, he's like, 'I did not flirt with a drag queen, and I rejected the flirt of a girl.' Okay, so why am I in trouble? I don't get this." So Faith is like, "I have a trust issue with you. And then I don't believe you because I have this trust issue with you. And then last night, you tell my friends that you had like 7 girlfriends. Like, come on. And why did you put your hands on that lady like that? It's humiliating." And I'm rooting for her. I'm like, "Yes, Faith. Yes, Faith. Fucking dump him already. Tell him to fuck off. Tell him to take his coconut and shove it up his ass." You know? And and next thing you know, she's like fucking forgiving him. I'm like, what is happening here? She's forgiving him. He's promising that he's not going to get flirty or touch anybody or look at anybody or anything like that. And I'm like, Faith, why don't you just fucking dump him? You should have dumped him at gonorrhea. She should have dumped him like 5 episodes ago. But no, she's letting him manipulate her again because she's convinced that she loves him. She's convinced that he's her person. I don't know why. Like I said, Faith, I want to send you self-esteem, a big box of self-esteem for Christmas. Okay. So Lauren's like, "Okay, do you forgive me?" And Faith is like, "Yes, I forgive you." And then they're going to go and they're going to do something fun. Hi, okay. Faith, 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 please. Girl, I'm telling you, you should have left him at gonorrhea. What is wrong with you? Okay. And speaking of what is wrong with you, I swear these two are just a replacement couple for Renee and Chidi. Okay, because Renee fucking lost her mind so early. They didn't get enough coverage of her and Chidi that they had to get a replacement couple because these two. First of all, I just want to say that Joe reminds me of um some of the men on Jersey Shore, or as a matter of fact, some of the cast of Jersey Shore fucking combined. To me, he looks like Ronnie. He acts like Vinny, always trying to be funny, and he has a snooky side to him. Okay, so he's gonna go for a walk with Hades the dog, while she packs and cleans up and whatever. So, um, Magda teaches Joey the Polish phrases for stop and take a shit, which I guess is super important when you're walking a 90-pound Doberman. Okay, so anyway, um, these two are just like fucking idiots. So they're gonna go to her town that day. She's cleaning up and packing up the Airbnb. He's gonna take the dog to go take a shit. Okay. And he's just kind of, still bugging out on how she wants a proposal right away. They're going to go to her hometown so he can meet her family and see, her day to day life. Magda is really, really hopeful for that proposal. She wants that proposal and she wants it ASAP. Okay. So Joey's walking the dog, and this is where he starts to remind me of Snooky. Okay, acting all goofy and shit. The dog fucking jumps in the fountain and takes a bath and fucking shakes off, and he's like, so this is where the Snooky side of him I see, came out. I'm telling you, he's like a mash up of Jersey Shore. Looks like Ronnie, acts like Vinny, always cracking jokes, and goofy as fuck like Snooky. Okay, so he's like, I know I need to talk to her. I know I need to like pump the brakes on this relationship because if it was up to her, we would have been engaged 2 days ago when I stepped off the plane or whatever. Okay. So now they arrive at her hometown and she takes him to the market so they could have some food in her apartment. Makes sense. Okay. And he's gonna make her pasta with meat sauce, but he's buying potatoes. Like, okay, that's fine. He says that he shows his affection through cooking. Really, really cool. Okay. Italian guy cooking for his woman, putting his love in the food. Really cool. He's alone with Hades the dog while she goes pick up Candy the cat. Food's ready. Hi, Candy. Have you been here before? Candy the cat's looking at him like, who the fuck are you, you goofy ass motherfucker? So they're sitting there, they're having dinner. And when they first arrive at the apartment, Joey gave himself a tour. And Joey's like, hey, all those teddy bears that you have, who gave them to you? And she's like, my friends, uh, guys and, guys and girls, my friends on Valentine's Day when I was single. So um, then they start talking about her moving with her ex to Germany. She's like, I only moved one time. He's like, yeah, one time. And then he's like, how long did you know your ex? And she's like, 3 months. So Joey's like, 3 months. Okay. So I guess it's kind of important that we like slow down and take a step back and just wait a little bit before we start on this proposal and marriage thing yet, because we don't really know each other, we don't really know things about each other. And she's starting to get mad right off the bat, and this is where I start to hear in the background. She just gets a certain look on her face, and I'm like, oh shit, here comes the psycho bitch in her. Here comes the psycho bitch in her. Joey, you were about to release the psycho bitch in her. So she's like, I don't know why, we are having this conversation right now. It's not like I'm telling you to propose to me tomorrow. Okay? Like, we had a plan. I already bought my ticket. I'm coming to the US pretty soon in a month to meet his friends and family. So I do not understand why now all of a sudden he's talking like this. Like, I don't get it. Excuse me. She's like, we had this plan, and I thought I was going to start my new life in America. I'm 100% sure about my feelings. So she's like, what are you trying to tell me? You don't love or trust me right now? Hmm. Sorry, guys, it's pouring outside and the rain is distracting me. I'm like, oh my goodness. Okay. So she's like, are you trying to tell me you don't love or trust me as much as you did last week right now? And Joey's like, it's not that. I just think that we need to, like, take a step back. I don't want to put a timeline on things. Let's just see how it goes. She's like, thank you for ruining this beautiful dinner. Okay. I'm tired. I just want to clean up and fucking go to bed. Okay. So she's in the kitchen and she's, doing the dishes. And he's like, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to ruin this evening. And she's like, yeah, you could have fooled me. You're always ruining the evening. So she's like, I don't know what to feel right now. I didn't do anything. I don't know why he's saying these things. I don't know why he's acting this way. And it's really upsetting me and pissing me the fuck off. And Joey winds up on the couch. I don't know. I feel like this is a fake ass couple dropped in at the last moment, and they both want to be on TV. That's my opinion. But, I could be wrong or I could be right. So now moving on to the last set of assholes on this episode, Ingrid and Brian. So, first of all, Ingrid gets her own little confessional look thingy, and she's not happy. She had a lot of thinking to do after finding out that Brian had 4 wives and 3 fiancés. All this history really fucking bothers her. So she told Brian that she wanted her space. And hey, I don't blame her, okay? Because she didn't know about 4 wives and 3 fiancés. That is 7 potential people. Okay, 4 that he married and 3 that he wanted to marry. Okay, like, hello? That's a lot. So anyway, Ingrid asked for her space because it just seems like Brian just keeps dropping bombs on her one after the other. And she just doesn't want to be the next Brazilian chick on his list. And I'm like, okay. So now we go to Brian. He's cooking himself breakfast. He's like, so once again, yesterday, Ingrid told me that she needed space. And, it seems like she's always looking for another reason to pull herself away from me. Is it because I'm in a wheelchair? It's because I'm in a wheelchair. And I always feel like I've done everything I can. I gaslit her the best I can. I lie by omission the best I can. I mean, I've done everything the best I can, and it's not fucking working. So it has to be because I'm in a wheelchair. I'm telling you, it's because I'm in a wheelchair. So he calls his sister Reese, and he explains to his sister, that he feels like he's being strung along. Okay, that's it. He has made up his mind. Ingrid is stringing him along. Okay, her kisses are like grandma kisses. He tells his sister that Ingrid kisses him like a grandma. And his sister says it's time to put her up against the wall. It's time to tell her, listen, I have invested too much time, energy, money. And I'm like, woman, why don't you tell him about himself? Why are we enabling your brother right now, but I guess that's your brother and whatever. So his sister tells Brian to confront Ingrid and to find out if Ingrid is just stringing him along. Okay, so he was planning to reach out to Ingrid first, but Ingrid, called him first, and they were meeting up at this restaurant, and they meet up, and Brian's like, "Hi, how are you?" And he says, things with Ingrid has been a constant struggle, and I want to find out if this is for real. So Ingrid said, I called you because I wanted to talk to you because it seems like every day I discover something new. And even though it's shocking every time I discover something new, I feel, I'm trying to make it work. I'm trying to process all this. I'm trying to make it work. And he's like, really? Because to me, you're not trying. Okay. And this is where things start to turn. Okay. And he's like, you're at your hotel, I'm in my apartment, and you asked for even more space. Well, hell's yeah, you just dropped on her that you had four wives. Okay. Your fourth one you're still married to. Okay. Now, let's get this straight. Three ex-wives, one current wife, and three fiancés. Okay. And she just needed space for you for a couple of hours. She didn't want you calling her or texting her or sending her fucking smoke signals or messenger messages. She didn't want to hear from you. So yeah, she wanted space. And he's like, you don't even like me. What do you mean you're trying? You don't even like me. And she's like, what are you talking about? If I didn't like you, I wouldn't fucking be here, you idiot. So he's like, the kisses are like kisses I give to my grandma. So because you're not getting your way, then you fucking insult her kissing skills. Let's add that to the list of Brian's um douchery habits. Okay. Let's insult Ingrid's kissing skills now because you're not getting your way. Fucking bastard. I cannot stand this guy so much. And she's like, really? My kisses are like grandma kisses? And he's like, yes. And she's like, it's normal. I like them. I enjoyed myself, but okay. So he's like, you accepted the trip here. You accepted the hotel that I paid for. And I feel like you're using me to get a green card to get to the United States with your children. No, Brian, it's you that wants to be with a Brazilian woman so you can maintain your Brazilian citizenship that you used your fourth wife to maintain, to obtain, and maintain, allegedly. So let's get this straight. So, anyway, so he says, oh, you're using me to come to the States with your children. Ingrid's like, wow, 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 wow. So you think my life will be better in the States, dude? And he's like, yes. And she's like, stop it. Dude, you're fucking crazy. You're fucking nuts. You think that I accepted this trip because I wanted a passport? And Brian triples down and he's like, yes. And she's like, fuck you. She practically did the Teresa Judice to practically flip the table when she got up. She was like, have some respect on my name. Fuck you. What do I look like? Fuck off, asshole, and goes storming off. And then Brian's sitting there looking like he's already starting to wallow in his pity party. Anyway, so that is all with this episode. And now for the tea segment. Okay, so if you guys are smoking with me, light up. So first of all, we have Vanja with her question and answer session. Someone asked her, please say you're still seeing Kayak Hottie. And she says, haha, can't say, keep watching the show. Someone asks, are you single? She says, you will have to keep watching to see. Someone else says, why are you so desperate? And she says, I'm actually not desperate. I have been single for 6 years by choice. I could have dated the entire time, but chosen not to. So, she doesn't sell her vacant treats online yet. And she says, in connection with returning to continue sharing her life with the 90-day franchise, my journey has been traumatic and turbulent to say the least. It was very emotionally and mentally draining to go through everything that transpired. However, despite that, I enjoyed the filming aspect of it. Being in front of the camera wasn't too bad, huh, Vanja? The crew I worked with was incredible. It would be fun to work with them again. Did you and Bozo ever make out? We never even held hands. Are you happy? That's the thing about me. I always tend to find something to be happy about, even in the face of biggest adversity. It's never a failure, it's only a win or a life lesson. Do you know what bozo means in American slang? Yes, I do. However, his name is Bozo, and I know I'm torturing this. Bozodar, which means gift of God. So, as promised, here is Niles's Lincoln. Okay, and about hello, I am Niles Valentine, software developer and self-published author. Looking to further develop my skills. I am a believer in hard work and diligence, and am always open to learning each and every day. I bring technical know how and working experience to the team, as well as a willingness to do anything that is as asked of me. In addition to my recent work with at Re and its myriad of training programs and boot camps as it concerns software development. I also have done numerous freelance projects that involve the use of Java, web application development, HTML, CSS, and JavaScript, and Visual Basic Code. I am always willing to put time on my own to learn and develop my skills as they are required. So, as of January 2024, to the present, he is executive director at the Alabama Department of Mental Health. So that is Niles' Lincoln with all of his skills and his prior jobs and stuff. And he's basically a coder and a software developer. So, he has a potential of making money. Good field. That's the field my son wants to go into. So now moving on. It looks like Brian is trying to be a content creator. Content creation doesn't make you a lot of money. It'll make you decent side money. It'll make, it makes me decent marijuana money, but it's not, at least for me, a full-time income. So it looks like Brian is, since 90 day, like I said, where we're almost at the end of that tunnel. Not quite. We could see the light. It's there, but we're not at the end of the tunnel just yet. He's trying to develop as a content creator, doing all of these TikToks and changing the landscape of his IG page every other day. Yeah, okay. Anyway, moving on. Like I said, him and his TikToks, and now Ingrid's doing her own TikTok. So it looks like everybody wants to be a content creator after their season ends. I don't know. I'm getting lots and lots of competition. And speaking of content creation, did you know Veah apparently is a Photoshop princess? Okay. If you need anything Photoshopped, send it to her and let her know what you need, and she can do it, as you can see in these pictures. I'm like, whoa. I'm like, we are having competition everywhere. Jeez. Veah could do Photoshop. I mean, Brian's doing TikToks. Us content creators better watch out. Sunny and his unibrow saying hello to everybody. We have Joey and Magda, and she says, stay tuned. If you want to see whether or not I'm in the States, stay tuned. And honestly, I don't think she ever makes it here. and we will see a lot of moments. So anyway, and did I mention that Loren, and this is thanks to Reddit, okay, this was in the 90 Day Fiancé group on Reddit. Loren went on a podcast before he filmed the show and basically said that he was flying to the Philippines to be on the show. And if he wasn't flying to the Philippines, he would have been married to a trans by now. Let me share what he had to say in case you missed it, okay? So this is Loren basically implying that he's faking his storyline. Oh, it's not even sharing. Guys, could you hear anything? I don't think it's doing it right. Hang on, let me do this again. It's not sharing what it's supposed to be sharing. Oh, StreamYard is such a pain in my ass sometimes. All right, guys, I'm going to do this again. I'm going to rewind the video to the beginning. Okay, so this is Loren on a podcast before he filmed, basically making it sound like that he's faking his storyline.
If I wasn't going on the show, I would be married to a trans girl right now.
Yeah.
Now. But because of the show, I'm not.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm just like in this limbo mode where I'm having sex with other trans girls, but it's not because I'm chasing. It's just because I can't have what I want right now.
Right.
And I was supposed to be out of here in July. And I feel bad about it sometimes. But
Oh,
at the same
you're supposed
time,
to be gone in July.
That's my first ticket. The first time they're like, you're out here in July. And so since it's really not July anymore, I've just been going crazy.
So when is it? Are you able to say it?
November 7th, I am in Manila. That's my newest ticket. And I don't know. Like I might have to say
when you go out there, be careful with all that pork out there. Because Thailand and
I want to find horse meat.
So that is Loren basically implying that the show is all bullshit for him, and he wants horse meat. You heard him. He wants horse meat. Did I mention I'm so glad that the season is almost over. Okay, Adnan and Tiger Silly were not on this episode, but they will be on next week where she attempts to make a Thanksgiving dinner. Adnan's ever-changing look since he's arrived in the States, and Tiger Silly's ever-evolving look. And this is her latest look, which I wonder is the reason why she laughed so hard at this question. Are you going to wear a hijab? If so, will you ask Adnan to cover his head too? And she laughs. She says, bah, ha, ha, ha. Oh my God, this made me laugh so hard. I can't, I'm dying. Someone else says, your response to people who believe you're making a mockery of Islam. And she said, I've never heard that, but I don't think I am. What is your education? I have a Bachelor of Science in Child Learning and Development and also studied for 4 years to be a certified handwriting expert. So like I said, they'll be back next week and she'll be attempting to do Thanksgiving. So Renee's still rambling. Okay, check out my last Oive video about that. She's still going on and on, saying that Chidi was messaging her, when she got back from Nigeria, et cetera, et cetera. So Chidi posted yesterday to his Facebook, whether it's in terms of fulfilling destiny or accomplishing our dreams and aspiration, speed is, of course, one precious thing most of us desire. While speed is necessary and undoubtedly gives us an advantage in the natural world, waiting on the Lord is another strategy that not only makes for our acceleration, but helps us rise above the disappointments and misfortunes life throws at us in the natural world. Indeed, waiting is one of the hardest things to do, most especially in the face of toughest challenges. But therein is the strength, courage, and resilience for aspiration and victory in life. Remember, when in adversity, you choose not to despair, but however, daily hope, trust, and anchor your faith in God. You are waiting upon the Lord. When in disappointments, you choose not to complain, but in thanksgiving, worship, and prayers daily make your supplications known to God. You are waiting upon the Lord. As relevant as the speed in our journey in life, the speed is never an advantage when we are in the wrong direction. But those that wait upon the Lord shall not only renew their strength, they shall mount up with wings like eagles, run and not be weary, and walk and not be faint. The strategy of waiting upon the Lord is such we should seriously seek for, especially in a world as ours shrouded in a thick fog of uncertainties. Now, his GoFundMe has raised a little less than $5,000 out of the $50,000 that they hope to raise. So, yeah. Anyway, now before I let you guys go, let me fix my hair. Got crazy for a moment. I just want to address something that happened in my comments. Actually on Saturday, I think this, I was going through my YouTube studio and, looking at the comments and stuff. And I noticed this one. So I just wanted to share it with you guys. This was on my 90-day OIV from about 3 weeks ago or so. Cheaty's journey. Good golly, Miss Molly. So I reported, okay, and I'm going to put the link in the description for this video. I had reported about these pictures that Molly posted on Facebook. Actually, one of them is in the thumbnail right there, her in the blue. And I'm sorry, that doesn't even look like her. Like, who the fuck is that? Okay, so she posted a bunch of pictures on Facebook and whatever, and it was her and some chicken white. And yeah, maybe I was a little bit too stoned. Yeah, maybe my glasses were dirty. Whatever the case may be, okay, I thought the chicken white was her, but it wasn't her. So that's why I say most of the time I'm right, but I can't be wrong. But this chicken blue on the thumbnail of my video is definitely Molly Hopkins, okay? Holy filter. Tons of holy filters, but it's Molly Hopkins. But Molly decided to come in my comments and correct me. First of all, it's the angle. Second of all, get your facts straight. The picture in white is a totally different person. All caps. My friend Destiny. So you can side by side all you want, but it's not me. You might want to clean your glasses. So, like I said, my glasses might have been dirty. They might have been. But, like I replied back to Miss Molly Hopkins. Hi, Molly. Thanks for watching. Do you have anything to say about the other facts that I have reported on about you, Kelly, and Cynthia? And by the way, how's Kingpin doing? And by the way, Molly, if you happen to be watching, why didn't you comment about the things that I said about your daughter working down at the club and working that pole? Just asking. So I'm publicly going to correct myself. The woman in white is not you. It's your friend Destiny. But this chick in blue, it ain't the angle. Holy fucking filter. That's all I have to say. So anyway, thank you so much, guys, for watching me. I love you all in my comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. I hope you guys have a good night. And join me Thursday night, like 7:30-ish, I hope. I'll be doing a live recap of Last Resort. And that's basically it. Thank you so much, guys. See you next time. Good night, everybody. Bye.